The Invisible Man is a classic science fiction novel written by H.G. Wells, first published in 1897. Set in the late 19th century, the story follows the adventures of Griffin, a scientist who discovers the secret to invisibility but struggles to cope with the consequences of his newfound power. The novel begins with the arrival of a mysterious stranger named Griffin in the small village of Iping. Griffin, wrapped in bandages and wearing dark goggles, rents a room at the local inn, claiming to be conducting experiments. As his strange behavior arouses suspicion among the villagers, Griffin's true nature is gradually revealed. Through a series of flashbacks, we learn about Griffin's background as a brilliant but unstable scientist who became obsessed with the idea of invisibility. After years of research, he successfully develops a chemical formula that renders him invisible. However, the process is irreversible, leaving Griffin permanently invisible and struggling to find a way to reverse the effects. As Griffin's invisibility becomes known, he becomes increasingly paranoid and megalomaniacal, believing that he can use his power to conquer the world. He terrorizes the villagers of Iping, committing acts of violence and theft while evading capture due to his invisibility. Eventually, Griffin's actions attract the attention of the authorities, including a local doctor named Kemp, who was once Griffin's colleague. Kemp becomes aware of Griffin's plans for world domination and realizes that he must stop him before it's too late. Griffin, now consumed by his desire for power, embarks on a campaign of terror, using his invisibility to strike fear into the hearts of his enemies. He murders Kemp's assistant and threatens to kill Kemp himself if he interferes with his plans. In a desperate bid to stop Griffin, Kemp contacts the authorities and organizes a manhunt to capture him. Griffin, realizing that the net is closing in on him, flees to the countryside, pursued by a mob of angry villagers and police officers. The climax of the novel occurs when Griffin seeks refuge in a remote farmhouse, only to be cornered by the mob. In a final act of defiance, he removes his bandages and goggles, revealing his invisible form to the horrified onlookers. The novel ends with Griffin's death, as he is shot and killed by the police. His body becomes visible again as he dies, leaving behind only a pile of clothing and bandages. The Invisible Man is a gripping tale of scientific hubris and the consequences of unchecked ambition. It explores themes of power, identity, and morality, and remains a timeless classic of science fiction literature.